are doing module 8 of your chapter Factors of Production, Land and Labor. We were doing the labor part, and in the last class we had done topics of supply of labor. Today we are going to talk about division of labor. Okay. The meaning of division of labor is dividing the work that has to be done by different workers into different specialized tasks. Okay, what is division of labor? Dividing the work of different people or different labor into different specialized tasks. I'll explain you the division of labor with an example of a cotton shirt factory, a factory wherein cotton shirt is manufactured. So the different work of a cotton shirt industry is given to different workers. Check how. Processing of cotton is given to worker A. Spinning of cotton is given to worker B. The process of weaving the cotton is given to worker C. Finally, making a shirt is given to worker D, and packing or the packaging of the shirt is given to worker E. Okay, so worker A will first process the cotton, and the processed cotton will be taken by worker B to spin the cotton. Worker B will now give the worker C the task of weaving the cotton. Weaving means stitching it. Worker D does the final touch in making of a shirt, putting buttons and all. And after that, worker D will hand over the shirt to worker E, who will pack it into a box. So you are seeing here, there is a lot of interdependence in division of labor. If work is not done by worker A, processing of cotton, then this will not happen. If this doesn't happen, this nothing will happen. Okay, so there is a lot of interdependence on the activity. Worker A will process the cotton, then only worker B will spin the cotton. After that, only worker C will weave the cotton, and after that, making and packing of shirt will be done. So we are talking that division of labor has a lot of interdependence. Okay, you'll observe one more thing. These are specialized different tasks. Okay, every task is a specialized different task. And due to division of labor, we get specialization. Okay, how do we get specialization? Worker A will become a specialist in processing of cotton because worker A is only doing the processing of cotton. Worker C will become a specialized person or specialist in weaving the cotton because the whole time he is weaving the cotton. Same way, worker D will become an expert in putting the buttons. Worker E will become an expert in packing of the shirt. He will become an expert in packaging of a shirt. So division of labor helps in bringing specialization. When we divide the particular work into different people, each people become a specialist in the task performed by them. Okay, हम लोग जब टास्क को डिवाइड कर देते हैं, वर्क को डिवाइड कर देते हैं, okay, what happens? Each and every person becomes the specialized person. एक ही काम को कर करके वो लोग स्पेशलिस्ट बन जाते हैं in that particular field. As I gave you the example, A will become a specialist in processing of cotton. B will become a specialist in spinning of cotton. Okay, E will become an expert in packaging of shirt. So division of labor also brings in specialization of the activity done. The next topic for today is efficiency of labor. Efficiency is also called labor productivity. When in general terms, when we say that a person is very efficient, we say that he is doing a lot of work in a very less time. Okay, so how do we say that the person is efficient? If he does more work in less time, the person is said to be efficient. Efficiency of labor is also referring as labor productivity. It is the amount of output produced per unit of labor. As I told you, if a person is working more in less time, we say that the person is efficient. You can see the formula of labor efficiency. It is equal to total output by total number of hours worked. In India, we consider an 8-hour day work. Okay, in a day, a worker is working 8 hours. Okay, so if in 8 hours a worker or a labor is able to accomplish much task, we say that the person is efficient. And if he is not able to do much task in that 8 hours time period, we say that he is inefficient. Okay, so labor efficiency is equal to total output by total number of hours worked. Now, suppose in a factory, 80 shirts are being produced in 80 hours. The labor who are working there are producing 80 shirts in 80 hours. So the labor productivity will be calculated as a total output by total number of hours worked. Correct? So 80 shirts are produced in 80 hours. 80 shirts will become the output. 80 hours worked will be the total number of hours worked. 80 shirts will become the output. 80 hours worked will become the total number of hours worked. So this divided by this is giving you 1 shirt per hour of labor. It says that a worker is making 1 shirt in 1 hour. Okay, so it is considered to be efficiency. Okay, this is how efficiency of a labor is calculated. Total output divided by total number of hours worked. 80 shirts by 80 hours is equal to 1 shirt per hour of labor.